Hey there, welcome back to Pepper Geek. Today I'm going to go over 3 daily tasks that you should never skip when you're starting pepper seeds indoors. It's officially March and we are very excited to finally be starting some of our seeds today. Generally speaking, peppers take a week or two to germinate, but some specialty varieties take longer to germinate, so we like to start them earlier and give them a head start. While this video is aimed more for beginners, I'll be sharing some tips and tricks that may be helpful to you even if you're a seasoned gardener. So jumping right in, the first task is to monitor your moisture levels frequently. Proper moisture is one of the biggest factors in successful pepper seed germination. If your soil is too dry, your seeds won't sprout, and waterlogged soil is bad for seedlings. Technically, you can use potting soil to start your pepper seeds indoors because they need to be up-potted anyways, but we typically recommend using a seed starting mix because it's much fluffier and it's more aerated. And it definitely absorbs water more easily, making bottom watering more effective when your seedlings get to that point. When starting seeds, your mixture should be darker but not saturated or sopping wet. Also be mindful of any dry pockets and make sure you mix it thoroughly. You may need to check your seed starting trays multiple times a day. Early in the growing season, we often have our heat still running indoors, especially at night, and that kind of environment can dry out your seed trays a lot faster. Use a fine mist spray bottle with room temperature water to keep your seedlings nice and moist for germination, and then switch to bottom watering after they sprout. Again, we often spray our seeds at least once a day, if not more, because dried out seeds can cause failed germination. It's better to check your trays a few times a day as opposed to watering on a fixed schedule because this type of watering can be inaccurate. There should never be standing water in your trays for an extended period of time, and it's also really helpful to check your humidity domes. Humidity domes are great for trapping in the moisture as well as the heat, and you don't even need a purpose-built humidity dome. You can use plastic or recycled clamshell containers or takeout containers, and these will work just as well. You'll also notice condensation in your humidity dome, which is normal. Small droplets of condensation are good, but if you see lots of large running droplets, there may be too much moisture building up in your trays. Too much moisture on your seeds can foster an environment for fungus. It really is a balancing act, and checking your trays frequently is very important. Overly damp soil is more of an issue after your seedlings already sprout, but we like to keep things under control from the start to prevent any issues later on. And while we've never personally tried this, a lot of you guys recommend using a watered down chamomile tea mixture on top of your seedlings because of its natural antifungal properties. So this is something we might try this season just to see how it works out. The next daily task is to control and monitor the temperature. Most pepper seeds need 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit to trigger germination, which is much warmer than some other veggies you may be growing like lettuce or brassicas. We like to use a purpose-built seed heating mat as they're relatively inexpensive, easy to use, and in our experience, the heating mat has definitely contributed to better success with germination. Seed mats measure the temperature of your soil constantly, and then if your soil dips below the temperature set on the heating pad, it'll kick on to maintain that warm temperature ideal for germination. When purchasing a seed heating mat, make sure you get one with a built-in thermostat. I'll leave a link below in the description to the one that we like to use. For the best success, make sure you position your thermometer probe at the seed level, not too deep and not on the heat mat itself. Instead of using a seed heating mat, you can also place your seedlings on top of the fridge or in a sunny window or near a radiator where it gets nice and warm. But it is important to note that drafty windows or inconsistencies in the temperature of your home can definitely affect the germination of your seeds. Remember that peppers evolved in warm tropical environments, so they need to feel that consistent warmth to wake up and sprout. The final daily task that's essential for successful germination is to monitor your light levels. While peppers don't need light to germinate, they do need strong light immediately after sprouting. If you're not using a purpose-built heating mat, it's not a bad idea to start your seeds in a sunny window anyways, because this spot will still provide good conditions for germination due to the warmth. Look for the slight arch of the stem breaking the soil surface. You'll want to check your seeds every day and look for this because at this point your peppers need light. At this point, you can also remove your humidity dome and your seed heating mat, assuming that you're in a room temperature space. If you're growing in the northern hemisphere, an unobstructed south-facing window is optimal for the best success. You'll also want to rotate your seedling tray periodically to ensure the even distribution of light. Many new growers mistakenly provide too little light, resulting in weak, leggy seedlings that never recover. For our seedlings, we use grow lights, providing them with 14 to 16 hours of light per day. If you are using grow lights, it's important to check your plants for any signs of light stress. If you see the leaves starting to taco shell up, they might be getting too much light, or the lights may be too close to the plants. And if you notice leggy seedlings, the lights may be too far away, or they may not be getting enough light. We do have a grow light video which goes into more detail if you're interested in purchasing one, and I'll leave a link to that below. There are also a lot of inexpensive clip-on grow lights with built-in timers that are great for beginners. Light management is what transforms weak, spindly peppers into large, productive, stocky plants. So it's very important to keep an eye on your lighting and make sure that they're getting enough. Let us know if there are any additional tasks that you like to perform on a daily basis when you're checking your pepper seeds, and good luck with your seed starting this year. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.